So meanwhile, some key reminders for you as we get closer to Election Day on Tuesday. Tomorrow is the final day of early in-person voting. Hours to do so are from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Monday. And on Election Day, the polls will open from 6:30 in the morning to 7:30 p.m. Absentee voting by mail ballots need to be postmarked by Tuesday to be counted. And one of the most watched and talked about races on Tuesday's ballot is the race for the new mayor of Cleveland. For the first time in 16 years, the city will have a new leader. The decision is between Justin Bibb and Kelley. For months, the two have been debating the issues and each other while making the case for why they should be the new leader of this city. So, Marissa Saenz here. You've spent the day with both of these candidates, talking to both of them. What are the camps doing? What are they feeling right now?
Well, I'll tell you, today was a really busy day around town, which gave the candidates a lot of, time and a lot of people they could talk to, many of whom were voters. We've got Halloween wrapping up, that Steelers-Browns rivalry matchup, people all over downtown, and then just amongst other Sunday festivities. So City Council President Kelley and Justin Bibb are really in this final stretch to determine who's going to take office after the 16 years that Mayor Frank Jackson really held office. But I'll tell you, all of them told me today that today wasn't so much about campaigning, really more so just reminding the voters who they should vote for. Who they should vote for, just the push to go to the polls.
It's full speed ahead in the race for Cleveland mayor with less than 48 hours until final votes are cast.
Got, 2 more days to get this done.
It's critical to make sure people are engaged in local government.
Justin Bibb and Cleveland City Council President Kelley out on foot today, one-on-one with those they're vying to represent.
We think that canvassing, door knocking, the grassroots operation is critical to voter turnout.
Reminding people that we do have an election on Tuesday and making sure they show up and show out and vote.
We caught up with Kelley, who capitalized on where sports fans' spirit was as loud as the turnout for the rivalry matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So right now, it's just getting to where voters are. We're just going to keep our foot on the gas through Tuesday.
Justin Bibb stopping to chat with us in the midst of East Side canvassing, approaching the day at neighborhood down the block Sunday stops.
The East Side is important in this race, doing the hard work of meeting voters where they are when it's not an election.
September's primary election results finalizing Bibb and Kelley as the top contenders. A recent study by Baldwin Wallace University's research institution showed respondents voted in 34% in favor of Bibb and 24.9% in favor of Kelley. However, a remaining 40% of voters were still undecided. Kelley and Bibb pushing for voters to hit the polls, acknowledging turnout is what could make the difference.
It's always a challenge, especially in off-year elections. And we have to do that work once we are governing too, because that's how you let people know that government is fighting for you day in and day out.
The time for campaigning, the time for getting your vote out and putting your messages out, that happened months ago. We just tell people, do your homework, do your research, talk to people, vote.
Another push for voting is also for Issue 24, which will be on the ballot. It's an amendment that would shift oversight and discipline in the Division of Police to a civilian-led review board, which both candidates are on opposing sides of. Kelley is against it, saying the amendment ignores the progress the city is making under the deal with the U.S. Justice Department. But Bibb supports it, saying the amendment creates a needed layer of oversight and accountability. Again, tomorrow is the last day of early voting. Polls open at 8. You can find more information about where you can vote on Election Day on Tuesday on our website, WKYC.com. We've got it all listed out for you.
And we'll be covering it very closely here on WKYC. Marissa, thank you very much.